Last time we did Orchos Chaim, we got this Tzadi Ches. Al Tishabech Isha B'Yofya V'tu Masea Yashua Hashomim. So the question was how to interpret this, and I put this on my blog and got a lot of good responses, actually, from various different people about possible interpretations of this Orchos Chaim, and I will share them, of course. One of them was from a fellow poet, the simplest one, from a fellow named Yosele, who suggested that the comma should be put after the word Yofya. So this way I would read it then. Al tishvech isha b'yofya. Don't praise woman by her beauty. U'v'tuv ma'aseh yashua hashomim. By the goodness of her deeds, the people who hear of them will affirm her. Which is not bad. It's a pretty good suggestion. Another suggestion was given by based on Rav Sternbach, actually, because I quote to a reference to Rav Sternbach, who writes about this, that the pshat in Tuv Ma'aseha is Chidushu lo l'shabech isha b'tuv ma'aseha, not to praise a woman by the goodness of her deeds. Chanireh choshishim shezeh yavi l'kiru b'neihem, because we're afraid this might be, evidently it's not one's own wife, and it's going to bring somebody to too much intimate connection. So that's according to this. It says, "Al tishbach isha b'yofya uvetu maseh." Don't praise a woman neither by her beauty and even by the goodness of her deeds. Yashru hashomim. The question is then, I'm not sure what exactly we do with Yashru hashomim. Doesn't seem to fit. The last line doesn't seem to fit according to his interpretation here. So it leaves the Yashru hashomim up in the air. There is another person who goes by the name of Korkevan, who suggested looking at a sefer named Ali Orach, which holds that the two words are separate clause, meaning that you should praise her. You should not praise her, rather others should figure out her praise from her actions, which basically is the same as Yosele wrote. It would be rather, in this case, Al tishabech isha b'yofya v'tu ma'aseh Yashua Shomim. According to this, it would be others should figure out her praise from her actions. Okay, you should not praise her. Others should figure out her praise from her actions. Another interpretation was sent in by Rabbi Mordechai Becher, who referred us to a tshuva from Rabbi Binyomin Zilber Zatzal, where he speaks about this. And Rabbi Binyomin Zilber says that from Riyah, he said his own pshat here is actually I'm not sure this is from Binyomin Zilber. It's a letter to Rabbi Binyomin Zilber. No, it's actually a letter to Rabbi Binyomin Zilber from Menashe Klein. So let's see, but I'm sure that he quotes Rabbi Binyomin Zilber because Rabbi Binyomin Zilber evidently commented. So the way Rabbi Binyomin Zilber writes is, Al tishka shemech yisha b'yofya v'tu ma'aseh shomim. He says the language of shomim has no understanding. And also why I say yashrua and not yisha b'chena. And also bikkur adin, if you is it permissible to praise a woman with her good deeds? So Rabbi Binyomin Zilber himself holds that it's forbidden, and the reason is based on what Rabbi Yonah wrote in the Sefer Al Hayira, lest through your praise other people, or maybe yourself, will desire her, and also if you're Meshabeach her good deeds, also people desire on this basis, especially people who admire other people primarily for their good deeds in this world. So, so therefore, Rabbi Binyomin Zilber adds the word pen that you should penny ashru shomim, lest people who hear of these good deeds will come to praise her, not praise her, come to admire her on that basis, and that would come to perhaps, like Rabbi Sternbach writes, inappropriate kiruv das. And he brings down here that Rabbi Yom Zilber heard this name Rabbi Eliola Pian, that the author from Kelm was the one who suggested learning Orchos Chaim, of course, every 10 days. Also was Magia in this way, adding Pen Yehoshua Shomim. The Menashe Klein himself wants to bring evidence for Rabbi Binyomin Zilber's interpretation based on the Gemara in Sukkah called Godomi Chaver Yitzhak Godomi Menos, so they may Anshe Maila will have a Yitzhar on a higher level, but they'll be Makani in the Maisim Tovim. As happened there with Abai when he saw those two people were able to restrain themselves, were on the pathway and not to Kinabera, even though they were a man and woman not married to each other who were in a remote and isolated area. Sukkah Daf Nun Beis. But Rav Nashka himself wants to resolve the Girsa here, and he says it's based on that which says in Mishlei, Sheker Achem Behevel Yofi. Right, grace is lies, and beauty is frivolous. Therefore, do not praise a woman for her beauty. But the end of the pasuk says, Isha Rasa Shemit Yisalo. The end of the pasuk does say a woman who is God-fearing should be praised, which seems to go against the pshat of Rabbi Sternbach and Rabbi Zilber. So in this, the Rosh is saying, Uvetuv Ma'aseh Yashua Shomim. And he says that this refers actually to the language of the pasuk. Kamu Baneh Vayashua Ba'alo V'Hayallah. Her children praise her b'lashon Ashrei, and her husband b'lashon Halel. And of course, it ends Tnu Lam B'Priyadeh B'Lu B'Shorim Ma'aseh. So we find that all these praises for her good deeds emanate from the Ishes Chayil in Mishlei. He brings down evidence also from Kimchis, who was praised for her good deeds, which brought about children who were Kohanim Gedolim, and he brings down then also from the Alshech that many people will praise a woman who is doing good deeds, although the children might not praise her because she's their mother, so they're not going to go praise her in public so much, but other people will praise her, and people, like particularly her husband, will praise her in the Ba'alav Vayhalallah, right? And later on it says, so the husband praises her in the gates, in public. So that's his, he says that a person's good deeds obviously are something which by which he's supposed to be praised. And Menashe Klein says that according to Al-Sheikh, it's clear that it's a mitzvah to praise a woman in public and to certify her lashra on her good deeds, and that's interpretation of the pasuk. And this is it seems to be the kavana of a parish, I guess, that some orchosav on the Orchos Chaim. But then the question is, what we do with Rabbeinu Yonah, which says, Al Tishabech. So he quotes Rabbeinu Yonah. Rabbeinu Yonah says, Al Tishabech isha b'yafiyah b'nei chaverecha. Don't praise a woman with her beauty in front of your friends. Pen al yodcha yachmedena, because it might come through you to desire her. Ksiv lo sachmor, and it says lo sachmor, do not desire or covet. Karibei lo sachmid, and we can also read that, do not cause other people to desire. And so, but that is the language of Rabbeinu Yonah, and he goes on to say, "V'chinamidei she'ashru ma'aseh yishabchu yachmod lo v'yavor lo sachmo karibei lo sachmid." So he wants to say that There seems to be, first it seems that Rabbeinu Yonah is saying that you shouldn't praise her on her beauty, and that's the only issue. And then afterwards, he seems to throw in separately that by praising her deeds, also there's going to be an issue of lo sachmid. So the truth is that's not what it says Rabbeinu Yonah, even though it seems that way from what's written here. What all Rabbeinu Yonah says is Al tishabech isha b'yafiyah b'nei chavrecha pei al chibayot chayach b'deno ksiv lo sachmod kare be lo sachmid and v'chein kare be lo sachmod. And then it goes on to say what you're not supposed, kashet atzmecha v'teich ben anoshim teisavu lecha, etc., things to distance yourself from it, but it does not actually say that which it's this is an inference which Rabbi Binyomin Zilber made, that this what says that's not the Rosh Rabbeinu Yonah. So there should really be an Adkan L'Shana there in the middle, and therefore, since that's not by Rabbeinu Yonah, it's the inference which Rabbi Binyomin Zilber made. So therefore, Menashe Klein says no. By Midos Tovos, even Rabbeinu Yonah would see, of course, that from the psukim which we saw, that is something which a person should be able to praise a woman for that purpose. But he goes into other things, but that's not relevant to us right now. So therefore, the way he wants to read, the Menashe Klein wants to read this Orchos Chaim, and he's probably right. And this goes back to what Yosel said. And the reason why it says Yashua Hashomim is that once people hear from her husband, Tuv Maaseha, so then people will, and perhaps talk about your own life, but Tuv Maasim, when you Sharim Yalua, that once he goes, like the Alshich says, and praises his wife with the good deeds, then people will be impressed, and Tuma said they'll praise her that she has these good deeds. So that's the way I think we should go with this. And that, in fact, as I said, it's Rabbi Menashe Klein, but also what Yosela said, wherever Yosela is, that the comma should go after B'yafya, and then it works out fine. I think there will be enough for this week. Actually, no. Let's do it like this. This is a similar idea. Don't give glory to yourself. And especially not with your body. That's going to diminish yourself. So this also seems to be in line with this previous one. Don't praise a woman in her beauty. And also, don't give a precious quality to your body. In fact, as you always diminish yourself and not give glory to yourself, at least here it's talking about it in a physical way. Because as we know, it's possible that with one's Maisim Tovim, perhaps one can. I just learned that saying in Masechus Derech Eretz Zuta. The Derech Chaim there says, from the author of the Torah Shalom, that a person is not allowed to praise himself in any way except to take pride, so to speak, not literally, but to impart to others his satisfaction that he's been able to influence others positively in this world. And that's because everybody should take up that example of influencing others positively. So that's something which a person can be mishabech, so to speak, himself, but not in any other way which gives a person glory, and certainly not with Yakara Guf, just like with a woman it says, Al Tishbech Isha B'Yafya.